Welcome back. They say content is king, so let's get started editing the MiniGO pages. Now, the website that we're going to build in this tutorial is a pretty small one with only 3 pages, so it's always best to start fresh. Therefore, I just turned off all the extra pages and we only have our introduction page to work with. Now, in our What You See is What You Get editor, you can just type in your text and use the top options bar to style it. Use bold, italic, create lists, add block quotes, and the like. Now that we added our content, I think it's a good idea to revert some of our changes to the styling so that we start fresh. Now let's see our changes. We centered our content and removed the background so that we can better see the video now. Let's add a second page. We just enable it, add the link label that's going to appear in the menu. Then we can select an icon from the drop down, add a page title, which is optional. You can leave that empty if you want. Then simply add all the content we need in our second page. As I do that, let me quickly explain the controls that you can use in order to add your shortcodes. So as you noticed, we have 2 drop-downs, one called Widget that adds your dynamic blocks and one called Content that adds your static block. So let's just add a photo gallery block right now. As you noticed, in our content area, the shortcode has been added. They're always between brackets. Let's refresh and see that we have our new page in the menu. We can access it, see the title, content, as well as our photo gallery. Now we're using some placeholder images. We'll add some actual ones in a second. So let's add some more shortcodes. If we go to our introduction page, let's go to content and then click on logo to add our MiniGO logo shortcode. This will display the logo that you set up. Then let's add a divider where we can select the space on top, bottom, select a line style, a line size, as well as a line opacity. You can also edit all these values in the actual shortcode variables right there. Now that we refresh, we see our logo as well as the divider, and our page is starting to take shape. So let's add a couple more sections. We're going to need an about page, so let's enable our third page, which will show up as the second page on the left. Enter the label icon, select a nice icon, enter the page title, and as we add all the content, I'll be able to tell you that we have 2 editing modes, which we'll go through in a second. This is the visual mode, and we also have a text mode that you can access with the Visual Editor tab on the top right. That will allow you to edit the content with HTML tags, so it's quite useful if you're into that. Either way, let's add something interesting right now. See if we can get some of our viewers to sign up to our list. So we'll make an offer page. We'll put it on the right this time to kind of split it from the other 2 pages. And as you notice, this is the 8th page, so this might be a bit tricky to get used to, but if you look at our navigation in pages, you see that there are 6 pages that are marked left and 6 that are marked right. L1, L2, L3, as well as R1, R2, R3. Now, I know it sounds a bit weird, but this is the best way we figured we could deal with the fact that we want to split navigation. So what we did right now is simply add another shortcode. That is our subscribe form, and this is our countdown. Let's save and see our changes. And now we see we have 3 pages. and we see our countdown right there. We're gonna have to fix that text, of course, but this is getting there. So we have sort of a skeleton going on here. Let's quickly go to our navigation, and since we don't have as many items in it, we can make it a lot bigger, and we can make use of the split navigation as well. So now we have 3D navigation, we have the informative nav on the left, and our conversion point on the right. But I'm not quite happy with our about page. So let's do something cool and add another shortcode. We're going to use the team shortcode, which we'll need to edit a bit later since we normally use 40 members. And let's also add a contact form so that people can get in touch with us. Perhaps new opportunity is knocking on the door. So let's check out our changes. Here we go. So we see our team shortcode is there. We see our contact form, and we see our countdown. So that's about it. Let's see if we can also add a bit of a heading here. So we can go into text mode and just add the heading tags. Or if you prefer to add it visually, which a lot of users do, you can simply use the visual editor. So our changes have been applied. Let me show you how you can expand the editor. That's how you can toggle the second line, where you can pick your text styling, headings, paragraphs, or pre-formatted text. And you can also change your text color, paste text, clear styling, do, redo, indent text, and so on. Now let's check the other pages. Everything seems fine. And perhaps to end this tutorial, let's add a quick link. So let's say Jeremy has a social profile. So I'll expand the editor. Actually, I don't need to. And I'll just click on the link button, and now I'll enter the link that I want that text to point to. In the pop-up, I can make it open in a new link and edit some of the details. And then I'll just click update, and now Jeremy will point to a LinkedIn page that doesn't exist. All right, now we can do a final check and see if all of our changes have been applied. Let's check Jeremy. It is a link indeed. So I think this concludes pages. Next, we'll look at blocks. See you soon.